Hey, how's it going out there, folks? Welcome back here to a Sunday night. The end of the weekend is upon us. We've got the work week right around the corner tomorrow, 10:28 p.m. California time, November 3rd, 2024. Election Day is coming up super soon. Latest activity on the earthquake 3D globe, a 3.6 here across the eastern Turkey area, it looks like, on the globe. Let's go ahead and check out the West Coast, see what's going on out here across California. One earthquake here in the last hour along the Bartlett Springs Fault. A little 2.3 earthquake outside of Lake Pillsbury. Nothing big going on there for now. Same for the Northern California area this morning outside of Eureka. 3.4 earthquake coming into the area. Southern end of the Cascadia. I want to check out the tremor map out here tonight, see what we have going on. For Cascadia tremor, it's actually somewhat elevated out here, 415 epicenters underneath the Vancouver Island ranges, also down in the southern Oregon area, southern coast of Oregon, that is, for a total tally of 415. So continue to watch that as elevated tremor results in elevated strain out here across the Cascadia. One earthquake there into the Oregon area as well early this morning. Nothing big going on there for now. Southern California, well, Central California, I should say here. Outside of the Pinnacles area, a couple ones, even some twos out there this morning. That is on the San Andreas Fault there, just right about the start of the creeping section here. Also one earthquake down just south here, the Parkfield section. A little 1.1, so nothing major going on there for California for now. And that includes extreme Southern California here. One earthquake in the last hour outside of Corona. But, if you look at this map, it looks pretty quiet in terms of seismic activity out there for now. Our last somewhat felt earthquake out here, it all depends on a number of factors as well. But it's been a little bit since we've seen a felt earthquake out here. I think it's been over a week or so, 30 days. Nothing really major here in the last 30 days for 4.5 and above, aside from that earthquake activity around Death Valley, which has surprisingly come to a halt there after seeing a decent amount of swarming out there. Well over 100 earthquakes in this area in the last 30 days, including those 4-pointers I just showed you. But for now, things are just a little on the quiet side out there for now across California. Outside of Stanton, Texas, some movement as well in the oil fields. Eastern portion of the country, pretty darn quiet. Got some movement stirring up here across the Aleutian Trench, it looks like early this morning, including some, looks like a 5-pointer out there. So let's see, what do we have for newer activity here? Looks like New Zealand wanting to get in on the action down here. A couple 4s stirring up across the plate boundary there. So let's head over to the GeoNet servers and see what's going on down in New Zealand. 4.9 earthquake 3 hours ago. Guarantee that's going to be felt. Over 14,000 reports there coming into the GeoNet servers. Feeling some shaking going on there outside of Wellington, even way up into the Auckland area, North Island region. So pretty decent earthquake, I would say. And it looks like there may be more than just one 4-pointer, right? Let's see, 4.9 from yesterday. That's going to be off the North Island coast. Let me see here, 4.9, 4.3. I'm not for sure if that 4.3 is coming in or not. Is the USGS the one reporting that 4.3? I wouldn't doubt it. Yep. How'd I guess, right? So the 4.9 is the EMSC model. There wasn't a 4.3. It's just the USGS reporting that earthquake. That's a 4.9 as a 4.3 in that area. But, a little bit of interesting earthquake activity out there. Let's check out the drums, see what we have going on. I'm sure that 4-pointer showed up quite nicely there across the regional seismographs. Not a whole lot of activity following it, but they've been, somewhat active out here across that area of the plate boundary. Nothing big going on, but a noticeable uptick here across this area in the last 30 days, including that 5.1 back in October there, 5th of October. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Definitely, showing some movement down there. So we'll keep that in our hot spot area. Some movement across the Java Trench as well. 2s and some 4s out there. Nothing big. Trail of deep earthquakes here across the Himalayas. We'll watch for some surface adjustment here across Nepal, maybe down through northern India. There's all that swarming this morning there in the Izu Trench area. Some newer activity up north here, it looks like, around this region, with a 4.1 coming in off the coast of Japan. Nothing major going on through the Kuril-Kamchatka. A little bit of volcanic activity there across that area, but no major earthquake activity for now. The big island of Hawaii. Let's see here. After a couple days of swarming, things have all but pretty much come to a halt. Only 5 earthquakes here, and the last one was earlier this afternoon. That follows a decent swarm of activity out here in the last 30 days. More so, I would say it would be the last 7 days. 44 earthquakes here of various magnitudes, including a couple 4-range earthquakes in there. 4.3 in the mix. But this has come to a halt here. So just kind of watching it. Let's go over here and check out the Volcano site here from the USGS. As far as inflation goes, I wonder if they got their instruments working or not. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Where'd it go? Looks like it may be offline. I don't know why it's not showing here. Huh. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. Is it working for anybody else? Definitely not working for me. At least on the Edge browser. Let me see what we got here for the Google Chrome. Yeah, they're having the same issue. So it looks like they may have taken it offline to work on it because it has been down here for about a month. So that's kind of a bummer. Can't really check out the deformation there at the summit. Tilt meters out here. Some of these don't even function right. I don't know what's going on here recently with the USGS site, but look at that. What's going on here? Is it like that on this other one? Hold on a second here. Let's go back here just a little bit. I want to check. Yeah, it is. So it's just all of them looks like they're offline. What about the seismograph stations? Are these offline? Yes, they are. What in the world's going on? So maybe they're working on stuff here, bringing everything down, get it back up fresh and new tomorrow. Who knows? One can only hope. But it looks like for now, in terms of earthquake activity, that has died down, according to this map here. Although, as we speak, a 2.5 coming in right now. So hopefully I didn't speak that into existence again in terms of swarming, but you never know. We'll continue to watch that there, folks. Let's see if we got anything else going on here. Aside from the movement out around the Greece area, still seeing a swarm out there of earthquake activity following that 5.2 this morning. Not a whole lot going on through the rest of the trenches here, or the subduction zones. Typical movement here across the Middle America Trench southward into the Peru-Chile Trench there. It looks just typical on any day. 4.9 well south here into the extreme South Atlantic Ocean. That could potentially stir things further across this area of the subduction zone. We'll watch to see if things kick up here overnight across the South Sandwich Trench. It almost always does. It follows the divergent boundary activity out here. So we'll watch this region right here. Let's see what we got for space weather activity. I'm trying to conserve my voice here, folks, but I'm just not over whatever is going on here. It's really annoying. I've tried pretty much everything I can think of here, but it's maybe I need to go for a jog here, like 10-mile jog, and hopefully I can cough it up. A little bit of M flare activity here recently. Elevated X flare threat remains there at 35% chance. We do have quite a few active regions out here, as you can see on the UV image here of the sun. Some flaring going on from that active area over here. It's a sunspot group, 3883, 3884, and a companion near there, 3886, all coming around the solar sunspot train here. But this area is very interesting here. We're getting a lot of instability and intermixing here of the polarities of the sunspot. It's been rapidly growing here in the last 24 hours, and that is going to be a decent chance here for some X-flare activity, I think, here in the coming days. That will be directed into the Earth, directed into the Earth view here pretty soon. It's a little off on the eastern limb of the sun here, but this will be lined up here to the Earth pretty soon, and we'll have to watch that. I'm telling you, that is a very dynamic sunspot area. Also, this whole region back here coming around the eastern limb looks like a growing sunspot number. I thought for certain we were going to enter into some quiet periods here for space weather flaring, but these new sunspots here popped up out of the blue. So we'll definitely keep an eye on these for sure. No major auroras in the forecast, but I have a feeling, though, things could change here soon. A little bit of auroras popping up out of the blue for no reason at all. I don't know if they were called for or not. November 4th time period, 06 to 09 UTC time. So I guess that would be right now. I guess maybe it was called for a little bit. But aside from that, fairly minimal. Not too much going on there. Storm Prediction Center, another day of severe weather, another day of tornado activity out there across the area. Let's see what we got for storm reports here today. A lot less than what yesterday was. Here's yesterday's. A lot of tornado reports there through the Oklahoma area. Even down here in New Mexico, it looks like 6 reports coming in for tornado activity. A lot of damage out there around the Oklahoma City area, unfortunately. Today's reports there, 1 report that looks like that's around Cole County, Oklahoma. Spotter reports tornado moving across State Highway 3 west of the Tupelo area. But still, watch for further thunderstorm activity here. It's going to continue into the nighttime, bringing with it the tornado threat as well. There's a fairly decent 10% area here over Ardmore, Oklahoma, Sherman, Texas, Fort Smith. Huge area in the 5% and 2% as well. So basically, if you're anywhere out in this region, stay weather aware, folks. These tornadoes are they're a big deal. They're nothing to take lightly. Wind and hail threats as well. A pretty significant hail threat there through the night. Now, as we look at the day on Monday into Tuesday, that's going to cover the day on Monday here. That enhanced area, as you can see, goodness, even a larger threat, 10% larger area here for some tornado activity. Monday is going to be a very interesting day here to watch tomorrow for some severe weather out there, folks. Nothing to take lightly here. That hatched area is where most of the ingredients will come together to produce damaging tornadoes up to an EF5. 10% or greater within, looks like about 25 miles of a point. So take that seriously. Whole area out here needs to be watched. Wind and hail threats out there as well. So that's for the day on Monday. Day 2, Tuesday, looks like that severe weather threat pushes east. I'm sure those guys are had enough here of the severe weather. I know they needed the rain, but unfortunately, that severe weather can be a factor as well in those storms that fire up. And if I put this into motion here, Monday into Tuesday, just severe weather day after day here until finally this pushes off further to the east, bringing some moisture up. It looks like from some type of tropical system here off the coast of Florida. Gonna watch that as well. This is around Wednesday or so. Not looking at anything spectacular. Let's go see what we got here for National Hurricane Center in terms of storms out here. I guess this is going to be called number 18. Well, it's currently number 18 here. It's a disturbance expected to potentially reach hurricane force winds here. Let me see here what the models are here for the tropical tidbits. Stand by here for a second. Tropical storm Patty. That's probably not the one I want. 18, right? So this is the area of concern. Obviously, it's got potential here to turn into a hurricane. I don't know if it's going to be a major hurricane, but they are forecasting this to be a hurricane, enter into the Gulf as a hurricane, and then from there, the cone of uncertainty stretches out there in terms of location. So models right now are showing tropical storm up to Category 1. One oddball model showing a Category 4 high end. Not 100% certain if that's going to ring true or not, but it's something to watch, right? It's a hurricane potential, and it's going to be entering into the Gulf of Mexico. Most of the spaghetti models here showing a hit on Louisiana. One model here showing it running into Florida, but we'll cover that as we get a little bit closer to the time period here, which will be, it looks like, around 7 p.m. Wednesday. We'll have a better idea of where this is going to be at, how strong, and the location into where it will be heading off to. So let's put this weather model into path here. We're into play. Unfortunately, looks like as we head towards the end of the week, we got another round of severe weather lined up here across Oklahoma, Kansas area, Texas, bringing with it some severe. I think it's going to be a big deal again as we head towards the end of this week and this weekend with that low pressure system there, just stirring up the severe weather potential. Rain, some snow, no big time storms out there across the West Coast, but we'll take anything we can get. Way down there looks like a major hurricane come towards the 20th November. That's a ways out though, so that's like a 1% chance that this will verify. But we will continue to watch that and see if anything catches on in terms of the models in agreement. Total accumulated precipitation moisture out here. And this is just from today forward. This doesn't include all the rain that these guys have already have had to deal with here recently across this area. These guys will no longer be in the drought, at least according to the models here, after another week or so of rain. Lots of rain heading in there. Pacific Northwest as well. Northern California a little bit. Unfortunately, that little green spot down there, light green, is where I live here in the Sacramento Valley, and that's a rain shadow. I don't like rain shadows because it's just not cool. I like the rain. I want it to rain here, and when you live in between mountain ranges, that's a typical rain shadow pattern when these storms come down from the northwest like that. But hey, it's a La Nina. As long as we keep getting some precipitation out here, I'll be happy. All right, Mount St. Helens, a little spike of an earthquake there on that station. Aside from that, folks, we'll just kind of see how tonight goes, tomorrow, overnight and whatnot. But we will catch you guys back out here Monday Monday. I can't believe it's already coming up on Monday. And then November 5th, the U.S. election's going on here. Just, no matter what party you're affiliated with or what you believe politically, I don't discuss politics here. It's just important to vote. Got to get out there and vote. Those that don't vote really have no say so in complaining or whatnot. Just get out there and vote. Make your voice and your vote count. Gotta do it. So that's a big deal. A lot going on here in this country, and a pretty important election day. We'll catch you guys back out here tomorrow, Monday morning update. Take care, folks.